we dive into the mind of illusionist and mentalist Aakarsh. How he brings to you his latest show, The Matrix.
I get an email from Carnival Cruise Lines in US
How?
that they need a close-up magician.
You've been hired by Ambani's 5 times.
Yes, the best way you can use an art form is to express yourself.
When did you realize that this isn't just fascination?
The back of my notepad and say, what the hell are you doing here?
Magician never works with one kind of prop. Matrix is an experience.
First time when you perform a new effect to an audience, I still get butterflies in my tongue.
Failure on stage teaches you a lot. What did that teach you?
Before she passed away, I had told her, someday I'm going to tell the world that you are the one who named me X.
What is your biggest fear as an artist?
We wanted Matrix to be the story of everyone.
So Vijay, what are the challenges that you faced as an assistant director on The Matrix?
Build it as a story and give it to them as a package. That was important.
What does the show's name, The Matrix, mean to you on a personal level? What is real? What is illusion? In a world where we are constantly trying to make sense of what we see, there are a few who go beyond seeing and start creating magic. Today, we dive into the mind of illusionist and mentalist Aakarsh, a journey that began with a spark of magic, grew through passion and hard work, struggles and successes, and evolved into deep understanding of the human mind and the illusions that we all live in. Today, it's not just a conversation about the tricks and applauses. This is a deep dive into his journey through life, from birth to awakening, through magic, mentalism, and the meaning of it all. I'm Sneha Maheshwari, and you're listening to how he brings to you his latest show, The Matrix. Aakarsh, welcome.
Thank you.
How are you?
That was a beautiful introduction, I would say.
Thank you. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great, excited to share information about the new show which I have come up with.
What was your first encounter with magic? Something that made you say, stop, how is that even possible?
So, there was this, what do you call it? We call it fair, right? Where you have
A
these
mela.
giant, a mela. And in Mangalore, we have this Karavali Utsava, which happens behind this Mangala Stadium. And I saw Uday Jadugar, legendary magician from Bangalore. And he had his stall there. And I saw him perform some magic tricks and he was selling them. That's my first encounter with magic, I would say. It was like a carnival, a lot of stalls, and it was so amazing. He performed this magic where there was a cup in which he puts an egg and then he closes the lid and he opens it, the egg's
The egg
vanished.
is not there.
So, yeah, I mean, there are a lot of tricks which he performed, and then I bought this kit from him and I read through it and I performed it to my dad. And he asked me, how did I do it? And I said, I can't tell you. He's like, I paid for this. And you're not telling me how you did it. So back then itself, this sense of secrecy about magic was ingrained in me, luckily.
Oh.
Yeah, that was my first encounter with magic, I would say.
Wow. Do you believe or do you think that we all believe in magic as children, and as we grow up, we tend to forget about this?
Absolutely, because when we were kids, if you look back, even if there was one grain of sand, you would be totally involved in it. You would probably zoom into this grain of sand. You would just wonder what it is. You would create a story out of it. You would play with it. You would find everyday objects around you and you would be just so involved in it, fascinated by the texture of these objects, just wondering what this is. You know, there was this magic of living in the now in our childhood, which I feel is terribly missing as we grow up, and especially in this generation of social media. I think social media is probably killing that, being in the now feel, I would say.
Social media is one aspect of it, but why do
Yeah.
you think that happens more? Is that the logic of living and being a certain way takes over from the wonder that you used to see even in a grain of sand as a child?
So I feel as we grow up, the education system, the society has conditioned our minds and has not allowed us to fully creatively explore life as it is. I feel we have been conditioned by the education system, by the society, that this is how you have to live your life. this is what life is. They put a limited perspective about life into your mind, and this blocks infinite possibilities which you might have opened up to otherwise.
Wow. Talking about infinite possibilities. Before you learned your first ever magic trick and understood that you can trick into being a magical person, what was life like for you before you learned your first ever magic trick?
That's a good question, actually. I was a very shy kid, I would say. I was mostly an introvert. Now I'm kind of an ambivert, you would say. So I was very shy. My father was very strict, and he used to constantly, scold us for anything we did. So I was really more than God-fearing. I was father-fearing. So that made me an introvert, and that made me have a lot of self-doubts. You know how this shapes you, right? What happens to you in your childhood, it shapes your character. And I went through these small things of low self-esteem, low self-confidence during those days itself. And that's the kid. I was very shy to talk to girls. Okay, I could not make eye contact with them and talk. I was feeling that I'm not good looking. A lot of insecurities, a lot of inferiority complexes taking over me. But when I discovered magic, and I know this is a question about before doing magic, but when I bumped into magic and when I performed magic for the first time, all the people who used to mock me, look down at me, they looked at me like I'm a Superman.
Oh.
So perhaps one of the reasons why I am performing magic is it's boosting my self-esteem. It's boosting my self-confidence. It's killing my inferiority complex.
Wow.
Probably somewhere deep down, the childhood emotions which are probably lingering, it's killing it. And magic is making me a Superman.
Magic healed you.
Magic healed me.
Oh, wow. Who was the first person, since you said you were a shy kid, father-fearing, etc., who was the first person that truly believed in you, and how did that shape your path the way it is today?
Well, I would say my family, when I performed the magic tricks to them, my family was very encouraging. My father, mother, brother, sister, they were all encouraging. Of course, father had this more, he was more inclined towards the analytical side on how I did the magic. But then they all supported my hobby for magic. And then the next circle was my friends who supported me. Yeah, it slowly grew from family to friends and then to strangers, I would say.
That became your first audience?
Yes.
Wow.
Actually, family is my guinea pig. Any new magic which I learn, my family sees it. So today I'm an international illusionist, award-winning international illusionist, etc., etc. But when I come up with a new magic and I go to my wife or my mom or sister, they're like, no, I have to cook. No, I have to fold the clothes and keep inside. They're tired. They're like, how much magic will you show us and grill our minds, man? I want to break, So at home, no respect. Outside, full respect.
But I think that is what keeps you grounded, being the You've been hired by Ambani's 5 times.
Yes.
And it's a dream for any artist to go perform for them.
Yes.
You've been hired there 5 times and still look at you, so humble. I think is this the reason why you are so grounded?
I think it's a grace of the Almighty that I'm grounded. Maybe there were possibilities of me having that ego or probably, that arrogance or whatever. Luckily, that those qualities have not been given to me, and I'm so thankful to the universe for that.
Okay. As a child, did you create your own illusions and live in them?
Yes, very much. So that's actually a great question. As if you traveled into my childhood and you're asking me. The reason is my father gave a lot of toys to my elder brother. Okay. After I was born, my father had given him so much toys. He was fed up of buying toys. He did not buy any toys for me. And I had to play with the broken toys of my brother.
Hand-me-downs.
Yes. And they were all broken toys. And I started creating stories, the He-Man dolls, I used to create like, he's going to go like this, he's going to go like, he hits him, he jumps in the car. I only used to create my own stories. I was very good at storytelling back then in my childhood. Now I think I know where that storytelling trait comes from. It's from my childhood, because I think this is a good way to improve your storytelling skills. Have broken toys at home. In your childhood, you'll come up with your own stories and you'll improve your storytelling skills.
True. Off the topic, but do you think now with the whole mobile phones and smartphones and screen time with the children, do you think that imagination that we used to have as children, that we lived in our own worlds and, we created our own stories, that is somewhere taking a back seat?
Absolutely, because see, when everything is put on a plate and given to you, there is nothing left for imagination, right? Whatever you want to know is just at the tip of your fingers. You just press one button and you get this information on the internet. And there is definitely a pro to it also. And the con side, I would say, is things are not left to our imagination. That's why I still like reading books rather than watching movies of a particular story.
Wow.
Because when you read books, you create your own imaginary scene. Rather than when you're watching a movie, that scene is created by the director.
You can have your own visualization
Absolutely.
when you're reading. So to all of those listening, read books. They are good for you.
Absolutely. I would say reading books will stimulate your imagination skills, and it also, I think somewhere cognitive abilities will improve by reading books. I don't know how. I can't give you logical reasoning, but then reading books does some kind of magic to you.
Beautiful. If you could meet your childhood self today, what do you think he would say about who you have become now?
He would probably look at me in awe, and he would be like, this is just a dream, this can't be true.
Aww.
Seriously, because where I started, we were a middle class family back in Bangalore, and my father struggled a lot to look after the 3 children, and we did not have access to a lot of things what the well-off children had, and I was like a frog in the well in Bangalore, and we had limited access to books or anything for that matter. Comparing myself to the stage where I was back then and where I am right now, I'm kind of proud of myself on one side, but then on the other side, I know that I'm not the doer. It's a paradox.
Wow. You're getting into deeper conversation
Yes.
here that I can
you
see.
into the deeper conversations.
Do you remember, you did mention about the Jadugar, very famous one from Bangalore, but do you ever remember the first ever trick that you learnt?
First ever trick I learned was from the kit actually, but I don't remember what exactly it is because it's kind of blurry. One is that, that vanishing egg in the vase.
In the cup, yes.
Yeah, so that is one of the tricks, and 3 balls in a string, right? And when you just, on your command, the 3 plastic balls move up and down and all. There are a lot of basic tricks which it had. I would say I remember those. It's a very vague memory.
I'm fascinated even by the sound of it as we speak.
Yes. Actually, that kit was Magic Kit was very famous back then, and I think to this day some of the tricks from that kit are still being sold.
Oh wow, that is amazing. When did you realize the magic that you're doing, the tricks that you're doing is a superpower that you already mentioned, but when did you realize that this isn't just fascination, this is something that you want to pursue for life?
So this idea was actually non-existent, I would say, because by the time I reached my studies in engineering, this became a serious hobby. Until then, it was a broken a hobby, I would say. It was not like structured or something, but the moment I got into engineering, this David Blaine, the magician David Blaine, was really trending back then in AXN channel, Street Magic. And I was like, okay, I don't know if I did not even think about this. It was a very remote thought about making it as a career because I'm doing my engineering, and but I wanted to make it as a hobby. And towards my final year, this is where it comes to manifestation, okay? I was not even aware of this term called manifestation. There is this famous mathematician called Stephen Wadakan. He was teaching mathematics in our college. He came back from Qatar. I think he was working for Qatar radar security or something. I don't remember exactly. So he saw my magic. He just looked at me and he said, Aakarsh, what are you doing in engineering? You're supposed to perform in luxury cruise liners. I'm like, wow, that sounds fancy. Luxury cruise liners, nice. So that's all. He just put a kida in my brain.
He gave you a direction.
Yeah, and I just went home. I used to just sit on my terrace, just look at the stars, and I used to just simply dream. Wow, I'm born to go somewhere far. in the ships, perform magic, keep traveling, be a traveling magician, you know.
Wow.
So I used to just dream, vibrate into that frequency and come back. Dream, vibrate into that frequency and come back. I was not even expecting it to happen in reality. 2010, I was working in an IT company, and I get an email from Carnival Cruise Lines in US
Wow.
that they need a close-up magician. I'm like, what?
How did your name ever go to them?
I mean, there is another magician from Hyderabad, Iswaran, and I am still grateful to him, and I should thank him. So he forwarded this email to me. He said, Ax, you should go and try this. So what are the odds that you will get an email of a visualization which you simply had in your terrace,
Wow.
right? Cruise ship looking for a magician. And I went and I tried and it clicked. So manifestation, bro.
Now you know how to visualize.
Yes.
Actually live that life. Come
Absolutely.
back. The same thing that you used to do as a child. Create your own stories, live in those
Yes.
stories, come back.
Yes,
And today,
I'm not expecting it.
and today you're living that child's dream, just FYI.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Beautiful, beautiful. Many congratulations
Thank
to you,
you.
and thank you for taking the time out and speaking to us, speaking your heart out
Thank
to us.
you, and thanks for making your time to come here.
So you said you got into the cruise and it clicked. What was your first performance like?
The very first performance was not in the cruise ship. It was in Mangalore.
Okay.
It was, I think, Eden Garden.
Okay.
One event agency, it's run by two ladies. They hired me for, I think, I don't know, it was 3,000 rupees or 5,000 rupees. So I performed for a birthday party, and that was my very first gig, I would say.
Wow. Okay.
And I wore a suit in that hot weather.
In Mangalore weather.
Yeah, in Mangalore weather, and I'm like sweating profusely. Oh my God. But it was super fun. I think that gave me that experience of how to approach people, because I used to perform in this Khatri Park in Mangalore and Saibin Complex, and the watchman in Saibin Complex, he saw me with cards. He thought I'm doing gambling there. It's like, cards are not allowed here. I'm like, I'm performing magic. He did not even know what it was. So then this gig in Mangalore, which was my first gig, gave me this experience of how to perform professionally. And then, yes, I got into the cruise.
Wow. So it started with that one birthday party, two ladies believing in you,
Yes.
giving you that chance, and giving you the money for
wherever
it.
they are, I should say thanks to those ladies, because that's where my career started.
Were there moments of doubt through this performance? You were also working in an IT company. Were there any moments of doubts in your life about magic?
Absolutely. You know that when you start off as an artist in a craft which you have still not mastered to its fullest extent, there is always something which you have to learn, improvise. And I would say I'm a student of magic for life. Okay, because there is still a lot to learn. Not just skill-wise, not just sleight of hand-wise. I would say presentationally, scripting, patter, presentation, body language, audience management. There are so many, it's a multifaceted art, I would say. So back then when I performed my first gig, definitely I was nervous. I was damn nervous. And but I also, enjoyed it. At the same time, I had some learnings also. Some places I goofed up, So yeah, it is a learning.
Wholesome experience. It opens us trajectory to a lot of questions.
Yes.
Scripting, what happens behind the stage, etc. But we'll get into that a little bit later. You said you goofed up. What did that teach you? Failure on stage teaches you a lot. What did that teach you?
What it taught me was to detach myself from the fear of failure. The more I feared failure, I was goofing up more.
The more you attracted it.
Yeah, the more I attracted it. And then there came a point where I just, laughed when I failed, and audience laughed along with me.
Wow.
See, we magicians have this tendency of taking our art so seriously and imagining ourselves larger than life. And if you fail, it's a big shame, it's a big, it's like a crime which you have committed, and you punish yourself with this guilt trip and all that. I think I've stopped that.
Wow.
I'm like, okay, I failed, and they got to know the secret, and I just laugh along with them. They laugh, we all have a good time. Next performance I do, they forget this goofed up part because the next performance blows their mind again. So that's how it is. Don't take it too seriously, I would say.
So to all the performing artists who are listening to us right now, you say it's okay to be vulnerable on stage?
Absolutely. You know, I think on stage, I am showing how vulnerable I am, and I make jokes on myself more than I make jokes on others. And if I don't fail frequently, it's a very, very rare occasion. Once in a while, sometimes the volunteer who comes on stage, he will goof up, which incidentally makes me have a failed effect on stage. But then I don't take myself seriously. I just pull my own legs. I just pull others' legs also. Ultimately, the audience should have fun. Yes, surprise is needed, but then the audience should, it's not about, you are not the main character.
Wow.
You got it? So you are one instrument through which this art is being conveyed to the audience. So I should not be the more I take it to my ego that I am the doer, audience will start feeling that disconnect with you.
Wow.
So you have to be grounded. I mean, you have to just not take yourself too seriously.
Takes me to a little bit deeper, maybe off topic, but I'm just going to ask you because it comes to my head. So if life is a stage, magic,
Yeah.
and we are living in an illusion, who is the illusionist?
If I were to answer, it might not make sense to you. The illusionist and the illusion both are one.
Wow.
And for the illusionist to create an identity that he is separate, the illusion is separated from him so that he knows that I am separate. But then it is basically the experiencer and the experience both are one. At a deep spiritual level, non-dual concept, if you were to ask me. But at the psychological level, I still have an answer. We are the creators of our life.
Our own reality.
Yes, absolutely. All the positive thoughts, all the negative thoughts, whatever we are vibrating within ourselves, whatever we are nurturing within us, they are all getting manifested. Consciously or unconsciously, whatever it is, they are all getting manifested. We are our own creators of life. Plus, I have to add something else. Not everything which we visualize and do manifestation exercise, not everything gets manifested. There are certain karmic retributions, or whatever you want to call it, karmic hitbacks, which are also part of it.
Karmic debts that we have to...
Yes.
You spoke about duality. Tell me, was magic, performing magic, ever a way to express yourself or escape reality?
I think the best way you can use an art form is to express yourself. So there is this stage, okay, when you start off performing magic, which I have seen in most magicians, and we were all kids, we were all teenagers, I would say. We were in our adolescent stage, and we started off doing magic to show off. See, I can do this. See, I can do that. But as you mature, it seems very childish to just show them that, see, I'm so skilled at this. See, I can do this. I can do this. It's not about that. It has to be more profound than that. Come on. As you grow, as you mature, your thought process changes. Your wisdom grows with you. And a really good artist would probably express himself, his thought process, his wisdom through the magic, through the art form of magic.
What is the most difficult part? Is it of performing magic on stage, of course? Is it learning the techniques and performing it, the hard work that goes behind it, or the confidence that you need to have on stage to be able to make people believe in everything that you're saying?
See, there are multiple answers to this. There's no one answer. If I were to invent a magic effect, right, it's very difficult. Because most of the times what we do is we read magic books. We have these magic tutorial videos. So we go through the material of other magicians, read through the books and watch the videos, and we just take that routine and probably slightly modify it and we perform, which is to some level easy, I would say. I mean, it is difficult, but there are aspects to it. That's why I'm telling you it's a multiple answer. So if you were to invent a magic effect, then there is a lot of effect. I mean, there is a lot of difficulty. You have to come up with a plot, what is going to happen. And then you have to come up with the method. Is it going to be using sleight of hand? Is it going to be scientific methods or hypnosis, psychological suggestion, whatever? And then there is a pattern. What are you going to talk? How are you going to keep the audience engaged? So there are different levels of in the to-do list, I would say. There are different levels of check boxes we have to fill. Once that's ready, you go and perform to your friends first.
Family, friends,
Yeah.
yes.
And that's where you will start, shivering. You practice in front of the mirror 1,000 times. Okay, you practice to an imaginary. We magicians talk alone, okay? It might sound...
All artists. I think all artists do.
Oh, MCs also, yes. No, not a surprise. So we perform to an imaginary audience like 100 times, even after the sleight of hand is mastered. But first time when you perform a new effect to an audience, I still get butterflies in my tummy. Still, that's a very difficult thing to face. There are some beautiful effects which I have mastered, but I did not have the courage to go and perform on stage because it's too scary, like it's so beautiful. I have mastered it, but then there is this fear. There have been a few effects like that for me also.
What is that fear that stops you?
I think, again, there also this fear of attachment towards the secret of the effect, because I liked it so much that if I fail, people might know the secret of it and I will be like disappointed. Oh my God, because of me, the secret of this magic effect is revealed. So there were a few effects like that which are still in my drawer, which I have not taken out yet, but I think slowly I've been taking out one by one, but it's a process.
Beautiful. I think that's how the shows are coming in place, the Effect and the Matrix, and we'll get into the details,
Yes.
of course, in a bit. In your journey, Aakarsh, were there magicians or artists that helped you, that inspired you? You did mention about how you take inspiration from different artists, add your own twist to it and make it a technique of your own.
Yes.
Any artists or magicians that have inspired you that you want to name?
I saw the magic of Kudroli Ganesh in my childhood. He had come to, he's a Mangalore-based magician. He's a very famous magician now. And he has even been on India's Got Talent. And Kudroli Ganesh came to my school. In our school's auditorium, he performed magic for all of us. And that was the first time I got to see a proper live magic show. And it was brilliant. And he triggered that spark in me, I would say. He was one of my inspirations back then in my childhood. And then as I grew up, I saw David Blaine, of course. And David Blaine was the reason for many magicians of my generation to become magicians.
Wow.
Back then, street magic or close-up magic was not a huge trend in India. Okay? And stage mentalism also, for that matter, was not a huge trend. The kind of magic, basically, which I am doing right now, was not a trend back then in India. So many magicians of my generation, or probably the next immediate generation, they were all exposed to David Blaine, and he was the game changer, I would say. And because of him, a lot of people started performing close-up magic, mind reading and all that. So David Blaine is one inspiration. Another inspiration, the biggest inspiration for me, is Tommy Wonder. He is no more, but he is probably the best example of a perfect performer to me. He's from a theatre background and he does sleight of hand close-up magic and also stage magic. He's beautiful, and Tommy Wonder has been my evergreen inspiration. And then to some extent, there's another American magician called Joshua J. I like him for the persona he carries on stage. So yeah, these are the few magicians who have inspired me, I would say.
Beautiful. Have there been any magicians that have helped you in person, that you've spoken to and you've collaborated with? Any magicians that have helped you in your journey?
Absolutely. So one of them is going to be soon joining us on this podcast. So he's my brother from another mother, Rakesh Regan, and he has helped me a lot. And there are two other magicians, Alan Louis and Ayush Bisaria from Bhopal. Alan is from Tamil Nadu. He's in the cruise ships right now. So Rakesh Regan, Alan Louis, Ayush, we were all like a team, we used to help each other out during our ticketed shows and all that back in 2015, 2016, I think. So, but Rakesh Regan has been a part of my previous ticketed show, The Axe Effect, and also my current public show, The Matrix. So, and also now I have another person who has joined me, who is also going to be joining this podcast soon, Mahesh Naik. So, he's also an amazing guy. And he has also recently helped me with the matrix, which we are going to anyway touch upon soon. So the other two people who have helped me was Mr. Rajesh and also magician Giridharan. So Giridharan has been very crucial towards the last moment of the matrix, because we needed one particular prop and he just prepared it like that and he sent it to us.
Magically.
Yes. Mahesh and Giri helped me with the technical side of magic, with the production side of it, which Mahesh is here, but Giri, if you're watching this, thank you so much. Rajesh sir, thank you so much.
You also spoke about mentalism. And for those of our audience who are watching us today, or our viewers who are watching us today, who do not understand the difference between magic and mentalism, would you explain?
Magic is one art. It's an umbrella, I would say, under which this is my definition. Okay, every magician's definition would be different. But then, as per my literature study, my study in the magic academics, this is my definition. As per my understanding, magic is an art form in which there are different types of effects which happen. There is vanish, there is production, there is teleportation, there is suspension, there is levitation. There are so many effects like that. And then one of them is mentalism. But mentalism, under that's one of, out of all these effects, the mentalism effect in itself has got multiple effects under it. So mentalism is a magical art form of doing magic with the mind. Okay, so under mentalism, we have telepathy, where you're sending information to someone and they are receiving it and they are saying it. And then there is precognition. Precognition is basically predicting what's going to happen in the future. And then there is psychokinesis or telekinesis, where you are moving objects with the mind. And then there is also clairvoyance, where you're able to read someone's mind or able to understand something about them. So clairvoyance, telepathy, precognition, and psychokinesis or telekinesis. These are the main 4 subcategories under mentalism. Under them, again, we have multiple. So mentalism is a subcategory of magic, and under mentalism, there are further subcategories. So if you look at mentalism, it's a separate stream of study because of this.
Beautiful.
And the person who inspired me to get into mentalism was this British magician, mentalist called Derren Brown. I saw his show called Enigma. And I was in the cruise ships back then. Until then, I used to perform only magic. I mean, I used to perform mentalism effects, but then very less. But when I saw Derren Brown's show, Enigma, I was like mesmerized, I would say. That's when I started doing stage mentalism. Until then, I was only into close-up.
This was my next question as to how did you get from stage magic, magician, to a mentalist?
Yes. So this Derren Brown's show was a big influence for me. After that, I started, I also had exposure to other mentalists like Richard Osterlind, Banachek, Max Maven and all that. But the main inspiration, I would say, a turning point for me in my career into mentalism was Derren Brown, I would say. He made me solidify my vision of performing on stage mentalism.
So we've spoken to Aakarsh the magician, Aakarsh the mentalist. When and how did Aakarsh the illusionist come into play?
It's a funny story. See, I finished my cruise performance and I came back to India, and at the restaurant performances on weekends, I used to call myself as a magician. And in India, the perception of magic is you're a kid's magician. You perform magic with umbrellas, you produce doves, and a silk converts into a cane, stuff like that. So they used to immediately call their children and ask them, come see magic. Uncle is going to do magic. But then I was not a kid's magician. So how do I stand out as a magician for a matured audience? So I use this term illusionist, okay, and it worked. I used to go to the tables and introduce myself. Hey, my name is Aakarsh. I'm a professional illusionist. They're like, wow, illusionist. I would like to see. Now they feel that this is a magic for the adults, you know. So originally, the term illusionist is not meant for the kind of magic which I do. Illusionists are the ones who do mass stage illusions like making an elephant appear, or maybe cutting a woman in half and putting her back together. Well, I can do that, but I can't put her back together. That's only that's not magic. That's murder. So yeah, the mass scale illusions which you see, they were called as illusionists actually. Like for example, PC Sarkar. You know PC Sarkar, right? So there are many such magicians, illusionists like that. So but nowadays it's all mixed up. Even the event organizers, they call us illusionists, rather than magicians, because modern day magic is probably right now looked from the lens of illusionist.
From the magician who performed at the birthday party to the mentalist and magician that performed at various cruises, how did events happen for you?
So after coming back from the US, I dropped a lot of emails. I Googled the names of event organizers, top event organizers, and I forgot to mention another magician friend of mine who helped me is Akshay Lakshman from Mumbai. Mentalist Akshay
he's
Lakshman.
A friend.
He's a friend of yours, right? Akshay Lakshman is a gem of a guy. He is ready to help you anytime. No matter how famous he becomes, you just call him, Akshay, I need your help in how to brand myself. Okay, bye. Take this, write down. He will tell me all the secrets. Like he doesn't even hold back anything. So Akshay, love you, brother. So Akshay told me what I should do to create my profile, brand myself. So I sent an email to a lot of event organizers. I created my profile and called them up, cold calling, like mass emailing and all that. And it took me about 6 months to 1 year to start seeing frequent conversions into gigs. I used to work in the IT in Bangalore. And slowly I shifted into magic.
We spoke a lot about learning. What is the one thing or a few things that you'd had to unlearn in order to be a better performer?
Stop comparing. In my initial days of being a performer, I think I compared myself with other magicians. That is one of the things. And there is a tendency in us magicians, when we learn from video tutorials of magic, we unconsciously tend to imitate the performer who is teaching us that magic. So that particular magic, we impersonate that magician.
Almost the imposter syndrome takes
the imposter.
over.
Yes. So you become an imposter. You just take over that personality. That is something which I had to unlearn, and also comparison is something which I had to unlearn. And then another thing which I had to unlearn was whatever we think an audience would perceive is not what the audience would perceive. You got it?
Yes.
So we come up with a magic effect, and when we perform, the audience's perception will be different. So based on that, we have to change the effect. So it's not what we think. Audience's perception is slightly different.
How do you gauge that?
After performance. So if you look at The Matrix, for example, I had to do 2 tester shows and refine it to 80% of the refinement wherever it has reached right now. But I can't further refine it with my tester shows, because tester shows has magicians and my assistant director come scriptwriter Vijay, and my wife was also part of a tester show. But then it's not the proper live audience. So the first live show which happened last month, that's where you actually learn what the audience liked, what they did not like. No matter how many tester shows you do, you can't learn that. You have to perform it to live audience. Only then you will learn.
After performing for all these years, what is it that still surprises you about performance itself?
I would say the deception, how the human mind works, how we are able to bypass their logical mind and create a sense of wonder in them. No matter how many sleights I learn in magic, or methodologies I learn for that matter, it's amazing to me that we are able to deceive someone right under their nose. They're not able to give a logical explanation to what happened. So it creates wonder to me about the art form of magic. Like, we are able to change people's perception about reality. That's still something which is amazing to me to this day.
Talking about changing perceptions, I'm going to dive into something direct. What is your biggest fear as an artist?
I used to have one fear, but now I'm not able to think of any fear popping up into my mind right now. The fear is constant. This is a constant fear which keeps coming to most of the artists. That is during the dry seasons. Right? The first quarter of a financial year, the corporate events are down, and suddenly these questions start like spinning in your head. Are you out of the market? So these questions constantly keep coming every year. And then when the event season starts, you realize that, oh, you just went through another illusion of that fear, which is not true. So I think that is the only fear I would probably say is a little predominant.
It is the off-season times and how to make the ends meet at that time.
Absolutely.
which is
Every
something-
artist's, nightmare, the off-season.
But it's a part of every artist's life.
Yes,
I mean, this
yes.
is something that we glamorize the art industry, we glamorize
Yes.
the entertainment industry, but this is the back, what actually happens behind the head that nobody really speaks about.
My friends, my engineering classmates, they are really proud of me, and they have come to my shows. They have told me how lucky I am. And I told them, yes, I am definitely lucky. And but I also tell them it's not easy. They don't get to see the off-season struggles we artists go through. And they don't get to see the financial pressure we have sometimes. Sometimes we have to make the ends meet, especially after you are having a family. And I have a 2-year-old son right now. And your perception of art, being an artist shifts, there's a huge shift within you. You're not just performing it for the sake of passion, you're performing it for the sake of responsibility right now. And there are a lot of mind tricks life plays with you, which you have to be very resilient about. So these are the things which my engineering friends or my friends in general, they would not know unless I told them, So artists has its own pros and cons.
You spoke about the resilience as well.
Yes.
But I'm going to ask you, this hustle that we have to go through as artists, because when there is work, there is abundance of work. And when there isn't, there is none.
Yes.
This hustle that keeps going on, how does that affect you as a person? Not as an artist or a businessman, but as a person. How does it affect you?
Rolling stone gathers no moss, right? So I realized this during my past dry seasons. And the public show idea is because of that. Whether there are corporate shows or not, I'm going to keep performing. I'm going to find platforms where I can keep performing. I don't need to depend only on corporate events. So I started performing in restaurant gigs. Weekends, I'm performing at 2 pubs. And I'm also having monthly public shows. Now, what this does is your mind is sharp, you're active. And it helps in boosting your manifestation exercises also, okay? Your mind has to be really sharp and creative and visualize. When you are sitting idle, as I say, idle mind is devil's workshop, it is very true. All the negative thoughts come. If you're not meditating, you would not be knowing when those negative thoughts are actually, consuming you. So I think keeping ourselves busy in all creative ways possible is mandatory for artists. We should not only depend on corporate events or any event for that matter. We should create avenues where we are keeping on hustling and performing, which keeps us active and positive. That's very important.
Diversifying but still sticking to your art.
Diversifying and sticking to your art. Beautifully said.
All right. A lot of you might not know this, but he's one of the first few magicians who started the concept of a ticketed show. Public shows that he spoke about, where you are selling your shows on BookMyShow. The very first show that came into existence was the Axe Effect. Before I speak about the Axe Effect, you are also called the Axe. How did this happen? From Aakarsh to the Axe.
Okay, a small correction. The Axe Effect was not my first public show. And another correction is, I am not the first person to create public shows in magic. But in my genre of performance, in my category of magic, I was probably, I don't know about others, but I was probably one of the first few magicians or mentalists to create public show in Bangalore.
Okay.
I don't know of anybody else. It was back in 2013, I think 2013 or 2014. Other magicians came and told me recently that you are one of the first few magicians to start the public show idea in Bangalore in magic. So until then, I was not aware of it. That was I the one of them? So I still don't know who are the other magicians who might have started public shows back then. But the name Axe, this is a story which most people don't know, and it's I'm really happy that you brought this up. 2005 is when I joined my engineering, and back then Yahoo Messenger was very famous. I don't know if you have used it. And we all used to get into random country chat rooms and we used to ask ASL,
Oh, yeah.
age, sex, location. And it was, what do you call it? It was a trend back then. Everybody was in chat rooms, okay, talking all bullshit.
My childhood.
Yes. We had a lot of fun. My brother, me, we used to all go into random chat rooms and we used to understand a lot of cultures from different countries. Wow. And I bumped into this lady called Jenny Briones. Okay. Her original name is Su Min Yu. Okay. And she's from Philippines, but her roots are from South Korea, I think. So I bumped into her and we started getting on chats, and she was understanding Indian culture, I was understanding Philippine culture, and she was, I think, 2 years elder to me or something. And she did not come on camera, but then she sent me her pictures. She was very pretty, and we started getting on voice calls, okay? And we were having conversations for like hours together. And she saw my magic as she was admiring my skill as a magician. She never knew this kind of magic exists. So she has seen the conventional style of magic, but then this is something which was very new for her and for me at that point of time. So she became a family friend. My mom, my sister, my brother, everybody used to talk with her because she was so engaging, so empathetic, compassionate, very, I think, amazing human being, as if you're talking to her in person, face to face, So in my engineering days, 2005, I would say, we used to chat, and my email ID was AAKS underscore something at yahoo.com. I don't remember it now. So it was Aakarsh, but then email ID was AAKS. So she called me Axe. Okay, she told me it's difficult for me to pronounce your name, so I'm going to make it, instead of typing AAKS, I'm going to make it AXE. I'm like, okay, sure. So she used to call me Axe, and she told me one day you're going to be a great magician, blah, blah, blah. Then what happened, she had a very famous model friend called Amanda Griffin, who was also a Filipino, but she was a supermodel back then. One fine day, she messages me, she says, Axe, do you know what Jenny is going through? I'm like, no. Has Jenny shown her face to you so far over the camera? I said, no. There's a reason for that, she said. I'm like, what? She's suffering from leukemia, blood cancer. I'm like, what? This is after 1 year of knowing Jenny. I'm like, how come she did not tell it to me? Amanda was like, Jenny is a really, really extremely positive person. She doesn't allow this doctor's diagnosis and all to affect her mind. She still believes that she will survive a blood cancer. And I was like, really, really, I was just crushed, literally crushed emotionally. And my mom cried, my brother and I, we all had tears in our eyes. And then she had only 6 months to live. And she never told me this, Jenny. Amanda told me, she is not telling it to you. I told her to tell it to you, but then she's not telling. And then I blasted at Jenny. I told her, how come you hid this from me? Is there anything which can be done? There was another chatmate whom I've met in Yahoo. She somehow had her bone marrow transplant happen. Her blood group matched and all that. It was a miracle,
Wow.
She gave her bone marrow to Jenny, and still it didn't work. And one day while she was chatting with me, she passed away. This is how the name Axe came into being. And before she passed away, I had told her, someday I'm going to tell the world that you are the one who named me Axe. And I think that day is today.
I have goosebumps, and I'm sure our listeners right now as well have those. This name Axe is Jenny given.
Jenny given, yes. Su Min Yu.
Wow.
So yeah, I think that promise which I had made to her,
Today, the world
I have
sees
fulfilled it.
the magician that is the Axe.
Yes.
That was a deep story.
Yes.
Indeed, something that literally got us all into it. But I'm going to take you a little away. I'm going to talk to you about the entertainer that you are. We all know you're a magician, you're a mentalist, you're an illusionist, you're a very good human being. But you're also a very humorous person. You love to entertain.
Yeah.
Even today.
Yeah.
You've had so many punchlines that has made us all laugh. How do you manage to keep the entertainment on while you're also making the audience feel something profound?
See, what I realized is mentalism is a very serious subject, okay? And if you perform serious mentalism, like bang, bang, bang for continuous 1 hour, 1.5 hours, it'll be too intense for the audience. And also some audience might want to just break away from the attention span and just want to, take a break from it. And if you are not an interesting performer, serious mentalism can make it really boring. So there are serious mentalists, though, who are able to pull this off. But I am a kind of a guy who likes to add a little bit of spontaneous situational humors, some one-liners and all that. And most of my humor is spontaneous, on the spot. And that balances the graph, If something too intense is happening and if they want to take a break, when I give that humor, they will just laugh and it'll lighten them up, it'll soothe them, and it'll avoid them cutting off the attention and going into their zone and coming back. So I think humor is very important, and it also tells them that I'm just a mere human being. No matter what crazy stuff I perform on stage, I take myself lightly. So I think that way humor helps, and my spontaneous humor, developed over the years. With a lot of performance experience, 15 years of performance experience right now, my spontaneous humor comes from that experience. I was not good at humor when I started off.
But you inculcated that into your performance as
Yes.
you grew. Is there a moment when an audience's reaction truly made you realize the power of what you do?
Actually, it's a coincidence that you're asking me this. Today, one lady tagged me on Instagram and she put this video. So the magic was basically I had these Wi-Fi signals on my phone, and I asked her to think of someone whom she loves, and all the Wi-Fi names on my phone changed to the name of the person whom she's thinking of. Plus, in everybody's phones, you see the Wi-Fi networks, so many Wi-Fi networks with the name of this person whom she's thinking of, and she started crying.
Wow.
She started crying because she's her niece and she's in US, and this lady missed her really badly, and this magic made her just feel connected to her, and she missed her so much. That is one thing. And there was another effect which I used to perform, which was again my like an original thinking, which I got to know later that another magician also used to perform that in a different way, where I revealed the name of a dead person. And this lady, she cried on stage. And another magician told me, I think you should not do this magic. It makes people cry. So I told her on stage, I think I should stop performing this because I made you cry. She stood up and she said, if there is one trick which you should perform, it is this. After so many years, I felt connected to my dad, who is no more. And she cried on stage while the performance. So there are moments which are very intense, which are very moving, and the matrix is encircled around those ideas to move people to create thought-provoking experiences for them. This is where I'm shifting myself as an artist from just performing mere tricks to creating experiences, profound experiences.
You didn't just make her cry, you made her remember.
Yes. You can make them laugh, you can make them cry, you can make them think profound thoughts. So yeah, it's like you're a storyteller, you're taking them down the garden path, giving them different experiences. Isn't it amazing?
Yes, from one storyteller to another, I must tell you, it's easy to make people laugh. It's difficult to make them cry. Absolutely.
And it's a coincidence you're asking me this, and it happened to me today, and I have just shared that story on Instagram.
My next question to you will be about death. Do you think about death?
Every day.
How does it make you feel?
It makes me value life more. It makes me avoid doing stupid things. It makes me realize I have very less time. I still do stupid things once in a while. This human mind has its own vulnerabilities, but then it is gradually reduced. I'm becoming more and more conscious every day, and I think about death every few hours, to be honest. And I think meditating on death has been one of my superpowers. It has made me forgive people. It has made me avoid doing stupid things. It has made me value time. It has made me realize I have very less time and I have a lot of things to do. And it has made me focus. Meditating on death is my superpower.
We'd love to get into details on that, but that is for another podcast. So you think life is an illusion?
Absolutely.
Do you think understanding life as an illusion helps us accept the nature of mortality?
Yes, very much. Actually, it's the reverse, I would say. Because of death, because of mortality, you realize that it is an illusion. If there was no death, if we are not mortals, if we were immortals, that means this illusion is permanent, which makes it not an illusion.
Not an illusion.
Which is permanent, right? So what is an illusion? If there is something which is there at this moment, but the next moment it's not there. But what is reality, which is something constant, which has always been there, but which can't cease to exist? That is reality, right? For example, you are awake right now for how many hours? 16 hours? That is your waking state. Then you are sleeping for 8 hours, deep sleep state. And then in that we have dreaming state.
REM state.
Okay, dream state. Waking state, deep sleep state, and then the dream state. Where are you in your deep sleep state? Do you experience this idea called Sneha? Do you experience your body, your thoughts, emotions, memories? No. In your dreaming state, partially your ego is active, but you're able to pass through walls.
True.
You're able to fly.
True.
But nothing makes sense.
True.
A dream state is like the bridge between the waking state and the deep sleep state. And in the yogic wisdom, it is said that deep sleep is closest to death. Now, my question is, where is that Sneha in this dreaming state and in this deep sleep state? And why do we only consider this 16 hours of waking state as the reality? Deep sleep state is also our experience. Dream state is also our experience. Why don't we consider them as a reality? So if you look at it, all this is an illusion. And we are temporarily, and the death part is where it makes us realize that it was an illusion. But the problem is the Maya is so strong, the matrix is so strong, it makes you forget the fact that this is an illusion.
If you could perform one final illusion before you go, what would it be?
Probably awaken everybody from this illusion. Probably that's the best illusion I could ever do, but I can't do that. It's too strong.
What is the feeling that you hope your audiences take home long after the show has ended?
So the matrix is about your previous question. What is that one illusion which you want to do before you leave? So this entire show is a show about this illusion, about this simulation, about this matrix. So I want the audience to go back thinking, what is this life? Who am I? Why am I here? What is my purpose here? Who are all these people? What is my role here? Where am I going back? Where did I come from? Where am I going back? Who am I beyond this body and mind? I want to inject these profound thoughts into their minds. This is the goal of this show, The Matrix. They should go back home rethinking about their entire life, about their entire perception about life.
And say, Jai Ho Baba Aakarsh. How do you define awakening?
Awakening is a realization that you are beyond this ego, that this ego is a veil which is keeping you from yourself.
Have you experienced it?
Absolutely.
Taking you back to see that younger version of you, the child who was at that mela watching his first magic trick. Today, what would you tell him?
I would tell him, never doubt yourself. Whatever your intuition is telling you, listen to it. Shut up and listen to it. And follow it. That's what I'll tell my younger self. Because there were many years I have never listened to my intuition and it ended up being true. I was listening to broken suggestions outside. Now I listen to my intuition only.
The real power always lied within you.
All the answers you need to know are within you.
This is
like in that book, The Way of the Peaceful Warrior. Like how Socrates says to Dan Millman, all the secrets you need to know are all within you.
You know, Aakarsh, illusion often hides the deep skill that goes behind. There is a lot of things that goes behind making a show.
Yes.
How did the Axe Effect come into being?
So the Axe Effect, before the Axe Effect, I used to perform ticketed shows. I had my first show in Just Roughs in Jakkur back in 2013-14, I think, after I came back from US. And then I had my show Oblivion, which happened in Rangasthala in MG Road. And then I had created another show called Magic Mayhem along with two other magicians, Rakesh Regan, who's going to be joining us shortly, and also Alan Louis. We created a show called Magic Mayhem where three of us shared the stage. But after lockdown, I had stopped performing ticketed shows. And a lot of my followers on Instagram and Facebook, they used to ask me, when is your next public show? And then Axe Effect came into existence at that point, last year, December. I just wanted to put up a bunch of tricks and create a public show. There's a joy in public show because in corporate events, not all the audience likes magic. The company has paid for you to perform and the audience has to go through, watch it. Whether you're good or not is a secondary thing, but people might not like magic. Not all of them like magic, right? But in a public show, everybody's buying tickets to watch. They're magic lovers, you know. So it's a lot of fun in it. So Axe Effect came into existence like that. And then Rakesh Regan and Vijay Nambudiri, they both plan to join hands with me and help me out with the show because it's a fun process, you know. A public show is a fun process. Vijay and me, we had a particular way of getting into the show, which Vijay is going to share with you. I don't want to share. And then the Axe Effect was originally not a scripted show. It was a random bunch of tricks. And after 2-3 shows, I realized, I told Vijay and Rakesh, I need to stitch them into a story. And we removed certain magic effects which were not resonating with the audience, and we added some new effects. And then I made the Axe Effect into a show about my journey as an illusionist.
Wow.
Okay, and the first half of the show was magic, and second half of the show was mentalism. And towards the end of the show was basically about how I got into magic, how I got into mentalism, and I performed different wonderful effects which made me get inspired into magic and mentalism. So I performed them. Towards the end of the Axe Effect, I shared something profound. I was in depression between 2014 to 2017. During that time, I got into spirituality. Okay, my awakening became stronger. So I shared one particular message called gratitude. You were there in that show. What that did was, it moved the audience, and everybody came to me and told me, and they said, we want to see your next show, but we want to see it in that intensity which you ended that show. We want something profound like this to touch us. That's when the new show was not exactly planned, but then their intention was placed, is what I would say.
Brainchild was born. So Axe Effect is about that. And from that we come into The Matrix.
The Matrix is a first part of the trilogy.
Wow.
And Vijay is the one who helped me to come up with this trilogy idea.
Beautiful. I think without further ado, we should now bring in Mr. Vijay himself. He's been the mind behind The Mentalist.
Let's welcome Vijay.
Vijay, thank you for joining us. So what a lot of people don't know but have heard is you're the one that's making it all happen at the back, working with the one who is perfectionist in his own way, and you're making sure things actually run perfectly.
True.
How are you today, Vijay?
First of all, thanks for having me. It's a pleasure, being here, being able to share my experience. And yeah, it's a great feeling to be, sitting here doing this. First time in my life, so yeah.
He's been always behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I know.
It's important for people behind the scenes to actually come forward because there is a lot of effort, a lot of hard work that goes in to making what was once a thought into an entire show.
You're right. It does.
How did the two of you meet?
Long story short, after a stint in the cruise ships, we were colleagues at an IT company, and we were working, and I never knew he was a magician and all of that. I never knew who Aakarsh was as a person, what a great artist he is, and so it happened that we had a corporate training. And then during this training, fortunately we were seated next to each other. And that's when, he started, showing some small, tidbits of what he's great at. And from there, at the end of the, training, it was I think a 3-day training.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the end of the first day training, he showed some magic tricks and all of that to the trainers and everyone in the, all the participants of the training. Second day also, he did some really mind-blowing stuff. He did, if I remember right, you also did a, hypnosis act.
Is it?
With one of those Firangis.
It's all blurry, probably.
Yeah.
It's all
So, yeah.
blurring.
Sounds like him.
Yeah, so that's when, the third day, I was sitting right next to him and I said, what the hell are you doing here? So I write a, note in the back of my notepad and say, what the hell are you doing here?
Wow.
You should get out of here. So partly, I'm happy that I pushed him out of the corporate, grind. But, a few, months after I, happened to do this, I was somewhere I had that, guilt also that did I just push him into the water? But yeah, from where, he was during our, stint together to what Aakarsh is today as a, performer, as a coach, it's the journey is tremendous,
Wow.
mind-blowing.
What about Aakarsh's story? You did mention how it started, but what about Aakarsh's story made you feel that this should become a show?
He's someone who's gone through his fair share of struggles, and I think the first time we met, he did tell me a little about his experience in the ship and all that. So I said, this is something that people need to know. I mean, not everyone gets to do this. I mean, for someone who's in the say 9 to 5 grind, for us our entire world is that 2x2 cubicle, and that's all we've been doing all our life. So when I met someone who's got that much amount of experience in the entertainment industry, for someone who's been doing shows and all that, I thought he should not be in that corporate line. And I think that's pretty much it.
So this new show that you have assisted him with, you've been the assistant director, the script writer. This show is called The Matrix.
Yep.
What does the show's name, The Matrix, mean to you on a personal level?
We all go through our struggles in life. I had a major session where I was very rebellious and all of that, and then Aakarsh and we did a ride together, and then this entire thing happened where I was all about questions. I was all about non-belief. I was about questioning the everything, for that matter of fact. And then he very patiently listened to the entire story, and then he said, okay, now listen to what I have to say. And then he took me on this entire trip where we spoke, we understood, and that was quite a revelation for me. It was very profound in terms of on what the human mind really is. So when we envisioned the Matrix as an effect, or as a show, we wanted to give that effect or that feeling to people that it's not about what you do daily. It's not about your daily day-to-day grinds that you're in. There's something much larger than your about your ego, about your identities and all of that. So that's the message that we wanted to give out, and that's what Matrix means to me.
Before The Matrix.
Now you know why he is my assistant scriptwriter. He resonates with what I want to share with the world, and he helped me a lot with my scripts. So he is also the next, Osho, I think.
But that's also because you gave him the experience. You actually made him see through. And then he realized that this is a story that needs to be told to a larger audience.
Yeah, I was just a medium through which something shared the information. I would say
that's probably one more thing that the last Axe Effect show, it ended with the word gratitude, and that really stuck with me, because I have immense amount of gratitude towards Aakarsh for whatever he's done. He's got me into a level of spiritual awakening where I used to be very rebellious. I used to be very short-tempered. But after this ride that we had, I can see the change that, my family is able to see the change.
Wow.
So, just out of the context. So, my wife called Aakash after this, 5-day ride that we had. My wife calls Aakash and says, "What have you done to my husband?" So, yeah, I mean, that's the kind of change that, my family could see.
Wow.
So now I've understood that, that whatever we are is our identities that have been, given to us. So, and if that message can be, given to the larger public, a lot of hate, a lot of, fights can all
Absolutely.
just
I totally
disappear.
agree with him.
You are doing a service to the whole world through Aakarsh.
Yeah. So it's just a conduit.
Like he said, he has gratitude for me. I have immense gratitude for him for unconditionally supporting me through Axe Effect and also the Matrix. And recently I paid him. He doesn't take a penny. Okay. And recently I paid him the fuel cost and he blasted at me. Bro, this is an insult to our friendship. I am doing it out of pure passion. This is helping me to remove my stress in my life from my regular work. And you are sending me money for fuel and all that. So he blasted at me. So I don't know. When you have an intention, all the people come into your place, all the right kind of people. So Vijay, Rakesh, Mahesh, they all came into my life and helped me with my show. I had no idea that this would happen,
How it would all come together.
So I have my
and people-
gratitude to Vijay and Rakesh and Mahesh. And of course, Rajesh sir and Giri.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I still remember the way he, made that last prop. He just
Yes.
we did this tester show, and the next day we were hunting for, props as to how to get the last effect done, and then he just magically came up with some solution. And the funny thing is, whatever the first set that he sent didn't really suit our requirement. Within 2 hours, he sent another set.
Wow.
So crazy. So like what Aakarsh was saying, if you really, put the message out to the universe will have a way to, resonate and give it back to you.
अगर आप शिद्दत से किसी चीज को पाना चाहते
पूरे
हैं
कायनात. Yes.
No, absolutely. I mean, I used to think that was just a, dialogue, but no more.
it is reality.
It's happened and, things have manifested.
We are speaking quite a bit about gratitude. I also remember from being a witness myself, being a part of the audience at the Axe Effect, the show ended on a beautiful note, profound note, which was how to practice and why we must in fact practice gratitude. Let's speak a little bit about the Axe Effect before we come to the Matrix. How did the Axe Effect come into being? How did you get involved? You are a 9-to-5 grind guy. How did you go from a 9-to-5 grind guy to actually managing his ticketed show, which was the Axe Effect?
This is going to be an interesting story.
So he's done a lot of ticket shows in the past, but for quite some time I think he had stayed away from it
Post-COVID.
for whatever reason, post-COVID, and then so we happened to meet up after work, and then we're sitting for a beer.
There it is.
Yeah. And then
You did the
The
magic.
catalyst.
yeah, what does that dialogue know? What beer da kusur hai? So yeah, so whatever. Yeah. So then we were sitting on a beer, and then we started discussing. So we were talking of the good old days of ticketed shows and all of that. And then we suddenly started discussing on those lines. I said, why don't we do it? I mean, what's stopping us? We should do something good. And then, like Aakash was saying some time ago, it was all bits and pieces. We had a lot of effects, and then we didn't know how to stitch them together. But we said, okay, let's just hit the road with what we have, and then we'll make iterations to whatever we have, and then the whole thing built.
And I just want to add on to it. He's a project manager, and he has a very systematic way of approaching any project. And it's crazy how a project manager's mind worked in creating a system for creating my show and launching it. Like, he has a very meticulous way of helping me with first the script and then the effects, and he just helped me with how to create a show.
Wow.
So project manager skill came to my help.
From project management to script writing.
Oh.
What was the process?
So so about Matrix, I think we did one show in Hyderabad with Tax Effect, and that was a really
Yeah.
badass thing to do.
Badass thing to do.
So
Tell us the story.
Tell the story.
so we were doing this one ticketed show in Hyderabad, and we
This was the Axe Effect.
this was the Axe Effect.
Okay.
It was going on its India tour.
India tour.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we had some success in Mumbai. We had good amount of success in say Delhi and all of that.
Yeah.
Mention all the cities that Axe Effect is on.
Yeah, I think we've done
Gurgaon,
Yeah.
Gurgaon, Mumbai, Chennai, Hyderabad, Kochi, Bangalore.
And brilliantly received by the audience.
received.
This was the Axe Effect.
Absolutely. So we were doing Hyderabad, and this was the day before we were supposed to leave. Aakash calls me and says, "Bro, we just have one ticket booked." Just one.
And this is the day before you're supposed to leave for Hyderabad.
And,
Okay.
Drive to Hyderabad.
we're driving. We were not even taking a plane.
Okay.
I think we were driving. So fuel cost, stay cost, cost of food, everything in mind. So I was like, "What do we do now?" He's like, "Let's go. Let's if it happens, it happens. Otherwise, it's a road trip." So that we were chill about it. And the day we were supposed to leave, he picks me up. He's like, "Bro, still one ticket." I said, "Okay, we have no other options. We've booked our accommodation, we've booked everything, And then Aakash says the most badass thing. He's like, "Even if there's one guy, we'll perform to him."
Wow.
I'm like, let's do this. I want to
Wow.
experience that. Okay, he paid and he showed interest, right? Let me see how it be to blow his mind with all the tricks I have. And also it'll be like a vacation for us. Let's treat it both ways.
So then we started, and then by the time we reached, say midway, we had about 10 or 12 tickets booked.
Yeah.
And by the time we reached Hyderabad, we had about 28 tickets.
Wow.
And we had about 35
Yeah, around 35
people.
tickets. Yeah.
sold at the end of the day. And
It was a standing ovation.
it was the best show we've done. I mean,
Yeah.
not that the others were bad, but
The
in
crowd.
terms of the crowd and the way they, say welcomed us, the way they ended the show was a complete high note. So we had people, cheering Aakarsh is the best. I mean, till the end of the show.
Wow.
So it was amazing. And that experience, was actually, it opened up a little more, say, horizon in terms of saying, like I was saying, if you really want something to happen,
Intent.
it will manifest. And there's no better example than this.
So the Axe Effect was a success across India. From the Axe Effect to the Matrix, how did that happen?
That again tags back to our, the drive to Hyderabad. So on the way back, we were saying, okay, now Axe Effect is done. What next? We'll take a break and all that. So I said, so both of us, thought we'll take a break. But then, some thought came that, we should not do it because we have it rolling. So let's see what next. And then we started, brainstorming on ideas in terms of what we can do and all of that. So we had a, structure in place. Nothing close to what we have today. But I think the seed for what we have today was sown that day. So yeah, after the standing ovation that we had at Hyderabad, we were all pumped that we really need to do something. And then, like I said, we had this we had this journey in mind that we need to give back to the people in terms of being able to connect with themselves, with their inner selves. So then we said, we thought, how can we do that? So then we said, we'll give different. Now the Axe Effect spoke of his journey,
His journey.
where he was, he did this and this. But then we wanted to make it a little more personal, where people can connect to that story. Yeah, that was his story. Axe Effect was his story. We wanted Matrix to be the story of everyone.
Wow.
Wow, nicely put.
Yeah. So then we said, how do we do it? So then we said, okay, we all go through these phases of life. So why don't we make each of these phases a part of the effect? And then, build acts around that phase of life.
Wow.
And then eventually, one thing led to the other, and, from where it was, we've come to a phase where we've added a lot of, spiritual messaging. We've added, moments of awe, moments of, realization, and even sometimes probably moments of emotional connects.
From managing his ticketed shows to helping him write a script for The Matrix with a message that involves everybody or a message for everyone. How did the transition happen?
Well, again, it started off with that one drive.
That
we'll
one
keep going back.
drive.
Yeah, I think that is what opened up the entire, show here. So, I realized that, while he is good at what he does, I think I was able to, contribute in terms of building the, stories and all of that. So then that's when I realized, okay, probably I will be able to, help him with the script. And then that's when, he started talking to me and he said, bro, can you help me with the scripting and all that? I had no confidence in that I would be able to do it. But for whatever reason, it happened. And I'm happy that, where we've reached today, we have a very solid script that has, good transitions, good, connects. And again, we're happy that we're able to give that story. We're able to give that, feel to people. It's more than watching the show. I mean, anyone can do magic. Anyone can do what they do well. But to build it as a story and give it to them as a package, that was important. And I think the script, there will be refinements for sure. There will be iterations. But with what we are today, I think, yes, we've, gotten to a good place.
Wow.
And I had my writer's block while creating the script for The Matrix, and I called up Vijay and I said, brother, I need help. I'm not able to write the script and direct my show and practice the effects which I'm supposed to perform for the show, create the props. It's a lot of things to do for one person. So I told him, I need you to hop in, just help me with the script. And then we just got into a flow state and he helped me with all the stages of life. So I think he has reached this level of expertise in direction and script writing because of Axe Effect. He has been constantly hearing me and Rakesh discuss about the flow of the effect, the show, the Axe Effect, and also the scripting bit, the effects. So he started getting idea by listening to us constantly on how to direct a show and script writing and all that. So, and his English language hold is superb. Okay, so he's like our Bangalore Shashi Tharoor, I would say. And so this is where it led to.
So Vijay, what are the challenges that you faced as an assistant director on The Matrix?
The biggest challenge is, being in between, magicians, because his crew our crew consists majorly of, magicians. And I'm the only, mortal here. Yeah?
Mere mortal.
So-called mortals, mere mortals, yeah. So that was a big challenge, because they would use their terminology, MC, BC, AC, DC, whatever. Yeah, so, no Hindi offenses meant here. Yeah, but yeah, that was tough because they would talk their language and I'm expected to understand that language and, come up with something to connect that with a storyline.
Oh, wow.
So that was a big challenge.
So without revealing the secret behind a magic effect, we had to still make him understand to some extent how the magic works.
Oh, my.
Walking on a tightrope for me and Rakesh.
Yeah. So what really helped in that front is, we were able to come up with, in the script itself, we came up with a section where we said, what is the, what are we trying to convey? And what is the transition and from the previous piece and what is the next transition for the next effect. So that gave me an idea of what they're trying to do from an act's perspective. So then we said, okay, if this act is going to talk of, let's say, some phase of life, let's say your adolescence. So then we said, I started connecting into what I went through. Yeah. And then I was able to get some pointers from that and then that's how it led to the story. But yeah, I'd still say the biggest challenge is being around these guys. Still today.
I am surprised by that. I thought you would actually know how things work. I'm surprised to know that they've kept that belief in magic for you alive,
Oh, yeah.
even though you're working on the
Oh,
show.
yeah. So, for me, I am someone who likes to enjoy what I see. If I get to know the the workings of it, the interest is gone. I still, you take me and you make me sit in front of the Axe Effect today, I will still enjoy that show. Though I know each and every verbatim, I know what is going to do next,
Wow.
I know what is happening next, but still I would enjoy that show.
Wow.
Because I love the art. And for someone who's not able to do that, it is great to see something being, bought from nothing, cards being moved from here to there. All this, say, brings the child out in me.
Oh, wow.
And for me, having to do this, corporate job for, the number of years that I've been doing it, this is a big break. So the weekends when there's a show, it's like the best time of my life.
Wow.
It's like, okay, today I'm going to enjoy it.
And it's a blessing for me that I got one manager who is working free of cost for me.
My next question was directed to you. For somebody who loves the art, what does the artist who creates that art have to say?
I would say that keep working for free. Artists hustle a lot to make money. No, jokes apart, I would say it's very rare to find someone like him who's not a magician and doesn't want to know the secrets and wants to help you with your show unconditionally, and also at the same time very matured when it comes to the directional part of it and also the scripting part of it.
And the audios and the sound.
Music, he is the one who helps me to decide music. He chose some music for most of the music for the Matrix, and I would say it's a blessing to have Vijay in my team.
Thank you.
It's a blessing.
So I have with us the team that makes the show. It's the dream team right here that makes the Matrix come to life. I have with me the assistant director and the assistant scriptwriter Vijay. I have with me the technical consultant Mahesh and the creative consultant Rakesh. Now, of course, Rakesh and Mahesh are the magicians themselves. This is what we're talking about, Vijay, that terminology.
Absolutely.
AC, DC, MC, BC. Before we get started, tell me what this is all about.
Wish we could tell you.
Yeah.
But just have one thing in mind. Vijay is so close to us and we still cannot tell him. That's the code of magicians.
We tried. It was totally worth the try.
But MC and BC, they are not Hindi.
Of course.
Okay, it's
Of course.
magician terminology.
Yeah,
Of course.
it is. Kind of.
TL, MC.
Yes. I mean, like, what do you say? I don't know what those terms are still.
They are keeping up.
Only he knows it.
They are keeping up with the illusions in front of all of us.
Yeah, we
But
just
Don't believe these guys.
Yeah, I just want to confuse even the audience.
Yeah. No, seriously, what do you mean?
I just want to confuse.
You don't know that? I don't know.
Vijay, now I understand how it is working being among them. See?
Oh, okay.
This is what Vijay has to go through behind every single show.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I'll probably never know about this one. Though.
So I'm gonna dive right into it. Okay, being a magician yourself and being a creative consultant on the Matrix, what was the experience like? What were the challenges that you faced?
The challenges is okay. Let me try to articulate this. The first, Vijay came up with the script along with Aakarsh. I was not there. The Aakarsh calls me and he tells about the script, and I'm like, wow, this was like mental. And the best part is, we are getting the script from Vijay, who's not
The magician.
So usually, as a magician, if I have something to perform, I just want to go and perform this. But I don't know what the audience expectation is, right? And when Vijay and Aakarsh came up with that script and they call and tell me, I'm like, I want to come. I want to be a part of this.
Wow.
Yes. So, and then what happens is my entire job was Aakarsh focus on one thing But I will be like, I'll try to defocus him and zoom out and show him many other options and then choose what to refocus on.
The bigger picture.
Yes. Because as a performer, sometimes when you're on stage, you get very carried away to one attention to detail. You'll be so focused in that you actually sometimes end up forgetting there are other ways how we could do it. So personally, if I had to do my own show, I will definitely call another fellow magician as my creative consultant. So that being a magician, but you're looking at the perspective of a magician and the script is coming from a non-magician and giving the different options to Aakarsh, like how this could be constructed, or construction goes to him, our tech boy.
Okay. How this beard goes to toss now. Tech boy.
Yeah, I'll jump right at you and ask you. You are the one who I can say brings their vision to life with production.
Yes.
What were the challenges that you faced?
The biggest challenge being a technical consultant or somebody who builds prop, right? Magician never works with one kind of prop. Their requirement is always very different. Whatever you see on the stage is probably something that looks normal to you, but behind that there goes a lot of other props you don't see. So that is the biggest challenge. You have to search for things that doesn't exist. It only exists in their head, right? Now, first, the next thing you have to do is you need to see whether it exists in city market. That's the next thing you have to do, right? So yeah, that is one of the challenge. Different props, you have to put it together and make something out of it. The first illusion happens with the one who came up with the vision and the one who's building the prop.
Correct.
We are the two people who see it first.
Correct.
And then the audience see it. So that is the biggest challenge. How, whatever the perspective we have, the same perspective has to be given to the audience, right? That is the challenge that we face.
How many iterations happen between finding that prop that was existing in his head to making it to the reality, the prop that we finally see on the stage? How many iterations go in between the two?
A lot, actually. Like a lot. So it's like going 30 times to city market and 30 times to the performer's house.
We know the challenge.
Yeah, we know the challenge. And the biggest challenge of in between these two is the traffic, Bangalore traffic.
No matter where you're watching us from, you know, Bangalore traffic is a serious concern. And if you are crossing traffic to do what you're doing, that is serious dedication.
Yes, that too, driving in the city market, it's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, like, we can't really drive in city market. We have to find the safest parking, not just the nearest. So then we have to walk all around.
I think I can call you market boy, dude.
Again, it's market.
Okay.
So, this doesn't come very easily, you know. You have to become a man first. So yeah. Okay.
As you see, behind the perfect show, the one that is so profound, there is this madness and chaos at the back. And this is why they are the dream team, because you live the magic while you make the magic happen.
Yeah, it's always fun. Apart from all of this, it's always really fun to work, and it's always something new.
It's always something new.
I mean, something that you spoke about the team. I mean, Rakesh and we know each other from the Axe Effect days. We've been working with, Aakarsh. But Mahesh relatively is very new to us. I mean, at least to me. In Magic Circle, they know each other very well.
Yeah.
But to me, Mahesh is very, relatively new. I've just known him for like 2-3 months now.
Yeah, he was in the market before that.
He is stuck to market, but you go on.
I was sleeping back.
So yeah, I think this whole thing about you calling it a dream team, that I think holds good, because, like I was saying, these acquaintances and these these bonds, they go beyond time.
True.
And I think it's about the common vision that we have in terms of ensuring that our viewers get the best.
Wow.
And I think in that effect, all of us have been, contributing our little bits. And I think so. Time or the length of acquaintance is not even a point here. So like you say,
Yeah.
it sure is a dream team.
each one with their expertise coming in at the table, ready to do whatever challenges come across. We will face it together and we will solve our way. We will find the solution to whatever problem comes in. If I have to ask, and this is a question for all the three of you, if I have to ask you, and you, in one sentence, define what the Matrix, this show, is all about or what it means to you.
Matrix is an experience.
An unforgettable one.
For sure.
All right. Mahesh, we come with the same question to you.
Life saving.
Wow. I asked for a single sentence and I get a single word. It is a life-saving experience. Vijay.
I'd call the Matrix awakening.
If you're wondering what we're talking about, the only way for you to experience this is to go on BookMyShow, buy a ticket to the Matrix. This is going to be a life-changing experience for you, an experience that you will remember forever, an experience that will make you question a lot of things that you normally would not, and it will lead you to your awakening. Thank you, gentlemen, for taking the time out and joining us here today.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sneha.
Aakarsh's story reminds us that life itself is the greatest illusion. We spend years chasing what's real, only to find that truth isn't what we see, but what we feel. Maybe the real magic isn't in making the impossible seem true, but in helping people remember the wonder that they once believed in as children. Thank you, Aakarsh, for taking us beyond the stage and into the heart and mind of an illusion and the illusionist. This is The Matrix, and I'm Sneha Maheshwari. Watch carefully. The magic might just be real. Please tell me the mic isn't cutting his face. His.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Okay.
Just a little lower, be a little better. One.
Make it a little lower.
Wait,
Little
something-
lower.
The mic you went took it to your mic.
Oh shit!
And then we have psychokinesis or telekinesis, where you're moving your object with moving an object with the mind. Moving your object with the mind. From
This is a drive after the Axe Effect Hyderabad standing
Because we were
ovation.
already high.
Oh no.
From the, excitement and all of that. After the show, we were really pumped that, we were...
Shut up, Aakarsh!
Bro,
Being there, Aakarsh, you're like, dude, something inside me is going, hey, I want to know, but okay.
I feel like Osho right now.
What the fuck is going on here?
For sharing such important things with us from my heart, from all of us. Thank you. It was a
My
profound
absolute-
experience.
My absolute pleasure.
Okay.
Absolute pressure. There is also the, what do you call it? Shit, man. I'm not able to recall the name. Hold on.
magicians, because his crew not his crew, our crew consists majorly of, magicians. And I'm the only, mortal.
What does the artist who creates that art have to say?
I would say that keep working for free.
उठा ले रे देवा उठा ले रे बाबा मुझे अमीर को नहीं रे ये दो गरीबों
Yeah, it is recording. Hi.
Hello, how are you? I am under the water. Please help me. Here too much raining.
I don't know.
Vijay, now I understand how it is working being among them.
एक स्कीम है, अमीरों की स्कीम मेरे हाथ लगी है। 25 दिन में पैसा डबल। 25 दिन में पैसा डबल।